Hey, what's happening? How are you? Hey, it's Henry. Bistro Henry, Henry Bronson, Manchester, Vermont. You know me. If you're on my page, if you're not on my page, welcome. You know, if we've never met, hey, it's awesome. Hey, I'm live here. It's the end of the night. I'm packing it in. You know, I started this 14-day challenge, I don't know, 10 days ago. I guess there's 4 days left, something like that. And, you know, I probably would have bagged it and not gone live. You know, tonight I'm going to share something a little bit more gritty. You know, there might be an expletive, although it's not required. There certainly are expletives in my description. And, hey, you know, that's the way it is. We're all grown-ups here. We're supposed to be anyway. I mean, in terms of service of Facebook said, you know, you got to be a certain age to have one of these. And, you know, I've heard some pretty foul language come out of kids' mouths these days, that's for sure. And, hey, I'm not immune. I'm not going to deliver, but I'm just giving you a disclaimer right off the top. Because, you know, for those of you who don't know, I am a marketer. I've been a marketer of my restaurant for forever. That's been, you know, that's been integral to my survival. Being able to put my kids through school and a roof over my head and pay my mortgage and, you know, make sure my banker gets fat. And, hey, Richard, what's up, man? And, you know, just keep me in check. I want to make sure I don't sound cynical. But, you know, social media is pretty awesome. Hey, Nance, God, yeah, dog would be great right about now. A little midnight snacky poo. But I'm active. I'm really active on another social media platform as well. And I do a lot of messaging. And I met this guy, a big-time chef dude in Miami. And you know, he's, you know, the truth of the matter is my interpretation of him, he's just too fucking big for his britches. All right? I'm just going to lay it right out there. I've been around for a long, long time. I paid my dues. I've probably been in the business longer than this guy's been alive. And, you know, the description of what our conversation was is written up there. But basically he said, I don't want to talk to you if you're going to pitch me or talk to me about business or about, you know, basically, I'm not going to talk to you about anything. And if I don't like what you say, you know, I'm going to block you and you know, this is the tone I get from his text. You know, he says, oh, I'm going to have my assistant make an appointment for us to have a talk. I'm like, wow, aren't you fucking important, pal? You know what? So, you know, I messaged him back. I said, you know, your time is clearly too valuable and you're far too important, you know, to talk to a 40-year veteran of the restaurant business. You know, have a nice night. And, you know, the funny thing about it is, you know, what I'm really getting at is what gives you the right on social media to message or text somebody like that? Because honestly, if you said that to me to my face, I would most likely have unkind words. The grown-up me, as I said, would simply walk away. Yeah, right. What a jerk. What a jagoff, man. You know, sorry. You know, go. You know, never mind. I'm so over it. I'm just. You know, what I'm getting back to is, would you say that to somebody face to face? I mean, do you do shit on social media that you wouldn't do in real life? If so, get the fuck off of here. And in that case, certainly get out of my page and get out of my life and get out of here. You know, you know, sorry, told you there might be an expletive or two, but you know, if you're that cool, too cool for school, you know, take a hike. You know, so social media, you know, the thing about it is I've had so many wonderful interactions and I've made some lasting friendships and lasting connections and people have gone out of their way to help me and I'm in turn going out of my way to help them. I had a great conversation with a chef yesterday who wants to build a brand and do YouTube videos and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, I'm not an expert, but I can show you what I've done, and if you want to go deeper, I can point you in the direction of people who know way more than I do. And if you're not, you're right. Oh, you're absolutely right, Richard, and that's where I'm at. And what's come down to is, if you're not here to help people, get out of here. I'm just telling you, get out of here. Go crawl in a hole. And I am going to rant real quick. One of the things that's been driving me crazy is this unresponsiveness of messaging. If we're conversing face to face, and I ask you a question, and you go disappear for 20 minutes, do you think I'm going to have any inclination to converse with you yet again? And how do you know? I guess you're such an expert, and back to it, I guess, you're so damn important that, your life is so special and everything going on is just so absolutely wonderful that, you can do whatever the hell you want, which is great. I wish you much success. Just remember, there's this really cool thing, it's called karma. And what goes around comes around. And there's another thing that I love. There's a great lyric from a Little Feat tune that says, "Remember, the same people you misuse on your way up, you're probably going to see on your way back down." Hey, I've pretty much forgotten about this guy. I am going to make a post on the other social media channel that I use, where this guy showed up. I'm not going to name his name. I mean, that's a freaking total waste of time. But anyway, what I'm getting back to, and I got off track here for a second because I got annoyed. Listen, if you're here on social media to have fun, to provide value, to communicate, not just talk to yourself, to have two-way conversations, find out about one another, help one another, collaborate, that's great. Then I want to include you in my purview. If you're not, get a life. Get a life. Take off. That's fine. Just you're not. I'm not going to have anything to do with you. Life is too short. I got way too much stuff going on. Apropos of nothing. If you're in business and promoting a business on social media, and a lot of us are, because if you can't say something to a person face to face, then it should not be posted online. Keyboard cowboys or punks. Tara, I love you. You're absolutely right. You're so articulate. You said it so much better than I, and without any expletives. Right on, you rock. But, a lot of us are here to connect because, in my kitchen, I got the same 5 people to talk to. In my restaurant, I got people to talk to, but we're on a different page. We're on a different subject. Social media has opened up so much, there's so much opportunity these days. I gotta say, I read something that the higher ups in the Coast Guard, who many of the people who work in the Coast Guard are the ones that are in the service, but there's a whole boatload of people who are basically federal employees who are affected by the shutdown. And the deal for them is that they're not getting paid, but they're expected to show up for work, which is, I've never asked any of my employees to show up for work and not pay them. So, it's kind of BS. Anyway, they gave them a memo about saving money, and basically it's been dubbed the garage sale memo. That, while you're not getting paid from your frickin' job, you should go out and have a garage sale. Okay? Isn't that beautiful? Now, I know Gary Vee advocates that very same thing. If you're not making any money, if you're broke, if whatever, go out, find some stuff, sell it on eBay, generate some cash. Now, there's a big difference there between, what I just described with this garage sale memo. But getting back to where I'm at, everybody's life is so perfect, wonderful, and we're all rich, that we can just sit and pontificate on social media, and we don't have a business to promote, and we don't have something else that we want to do, and we don't have something great that we want to share to enrich people's lives so they can do the same thing, that they can have a better life and maybe, a home-based business and maybe make a couple of bucks. Hey, I got a friend who just closed his office and all his employees, yeah, there you go, Richard. It's the coast. I believe the coasties, the enlisted people, are getting paid, but there are a ton of civilians that help out, and it's kind of an interesting model. But it just kind of sucks. What would you say, if you got a full-time job and your boss says, hey, I'm going to lay you off, and while you're at it, why don't you just have a garage sale so you can pay your rent or put food on your table? Or better yet, why don't you come into work and put your time in, and by the way, I'm not going to pay you. Terrific. Anyway, getting back to what I was, I love you guys and I appreciate it, but, this deal is that I'm here promoting myself, a couple of my businesses, and I'm sharing good stuff. And you know what? It's great. If you don't think I give value, and if you don't think that, if you don't truly believe that my motivations are multifaceted and not purely out of selfish need, then that's fine. You can cuss me out on social media. I guess some people aren't even aren't afraid to do that. So that's all right. And you can block me. You can do whatever you want. And hey, but at least have the decency to say so. And I guess the one way I have the respect for this chef is instead of saying, hey, I'm really sorry, man. I'm all full up. I can't find, I don't know when I'm going to be able to find time to talk to you. I'll just be a dick and threaten you instead. How's that sound? Just, so I'm really sure you won't ever waste my time, because my time is so important, and I'm just, I'm Chef Dick from Miami, and I'm Mr. Important. But anyway, God, I gotta, I'm leaving that one behind. Listen, I really appreciate you guys who listen to this. I've gone on far too long, and I'm giving this one away. I'm turning this one over. It's it's certainly not my problem anymore. But just a couple pieces here. If you've got a home-based business, if you've got something you want to promote, if you've got something you want to do business with, let's talk. I'll talk to you about it, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. And I'm doing this 14-day challenge. I got a whole slew of notes that I'm delighted to share. I've learned a bunch of things, some great techniques, and I can give you some advice that I'm actually using, as opposed to what I normally do with advice. That being said, I got to get out of here. It's getting to be past my bedtime. Whatever. I appreciate those of you who got the full dose of my rant, and I hope you're amused by it. And I appreciate those of you who hang in there on a regular basis. You're really awesome. And so, anything you want to talk to me about, business, pleasure, whatever, get in my DM. Let's have that conversation. Let's see what's going on. I got some great stuff to share with you. I mean, that's all there is to it. But my thing is, we got to have a conversation about it. You can sit there on your side of the screen. Hey, James, you guys can sit there on that side of the screen and go about your life, and I'll do the same here. But I genuinely love you guys, and even this guy who was basically a dick. I send him love, all the best. I don't know what his problem is. I'm glad it's not mine. And that's really what it comes down to. I got plenty of my own problems. I don't need yours too. I guess I gotta remember that one, right? Hey, listen, I love you. I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, okay? Keep it adventures with Henry.